Hello.
Blessings. All right. Peace, blessings, and enough love to everyone, all the queens and all the kings that is in the house. Really appreciate you being here, sharing with us on Deep Dive Globally Changing Lives. To all those that are here on our meeting platform, and of course, those that are on the varied YouTube channels. Really appreciate, really appreciate. Thank you all very much. And as you know, to commence this evening's proceedings, we are going to deep dive into our theme song, which is In It to Win It by Queen Lerato Shadari, international, well-renowned singing, recording artist of many songs, and she gifted us this song, In It to Win It. Watch this.
We are here, shining bright into the future. We rise high with one heart and revolution, lifting up humanity as we rise, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars. In it to win it, in it to win it. In it to win it, in it to win it. Bringing hope, shining the light. We're a nation, we are rising with one love, with one goal, bringing solution, lifting up humanity. Let's rise high, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars. In it to win it, in it to win it, in it to win it. In it to win it, in it to win it. In it to win it, to win it, in it to win it, to win it. In it to win it, to win it, in it to win it. Standing tall, we are the unicorn, we are the stars. Standing strong and tall, we are the unicorn, we are the
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
All right. Thank you very much, Queen Loretta Shadari. Really appreciate, really do appreciate. All right. Moving right along. Unfortunately, we are going to be having a kind of short um, webinar today. Unfortunately, King Tim was not able to join us. He has a family emergency, and so King Tim will not be able to join us today. He has a family emergency, and so it was a little too late to rustle up something for this evening or get somebody to stand in his stead. So moving right along, we will be getting into ideologies that block your blessings, of course, again. All right, but this is maybe part three, because what we'll be looking at this evening is what we'll be looking at this evening. It will be belief patterns that have been shaping your decisions. Because, yes, your belief and your belief patterns shape your decisions, right? If I am a Christian, then my Christian beliefs is going to shape my decisions. If you're a Muslim, if you're a Jehovah Witness, those beliefs is going to shape your decision. Whatever your belief is, right? It is going to shape your decision. So let us understand. Let us understand the invisible forces behind your choice, right? Or your choices. So let us get right into it. I didn't remember to share my screen, so let me do so at this time. All right, wonderful. All right, so you should be seeing my screen now. As I said, belief patterns that have been shaping your decisions. So let us get let us get right into it. All right, understanding the invisible forces behind your choices. Every decision you and I make, big or small, little or big, fat or slim, whatever decisions you have to make is influenced by something deeper than logic. Oh, yes, something deeper than logic. It's not just facts, circumstances, opportunities. It's your belief pattern. Yes, it's your belief pattern. Key idea. Let us let us take a look at these key ideas. Okay. One, you don't decide based on reality. You decide on what you believe about reality. let me let me say that again, because that I think really and truly is so profound. You don't decide based on reality, right? If that was so, if that was so, then people would not break the stoplight. The reality is, when the stop sign says stop, you should stop. But a lot of people do not obey that reality, right? Just case in point, right? A lot of people don't decide to stop, and of course sometimes that causes accident. You decide based on what you believe about reality. No, they are built from childhood experiences, cultural influences, past successes and failures, words spoken over you, how belief shape decisions. Belief act as a filter for what you notice, what you ignore, what you attempt, what you avoid. As I said, just go back to that illustration or that example. People, everybody who drives doesn't obey the speed limit. Every person who drives does not obey the stop sign, right? It is there, it is noticed, but sometimes it's ignored, right? And sometimes you avoid it, right? So when it's say yellow, to avoid the red, you try to speed up to get before it actually says red, which most of the time we don't make it, or you don't make it, right? So it's what you believe. First, you believe that you can beat the stoplight. So you park at a fire hydrant, you think you can go in and out the store and get what you want before you get a ticket. So it happens. So, right, let me give you another example. If you believe I am not good with money, you avoid financial decisions. You see how that work now with your finances and with your belief system, right? If you believe I can learn anything, you take risks and grow. Now, on the flip side, if you don't believe you can learn that or that, then you're not going to take the risk. And of course, you're not going to grow in that particular area or skill set or area of expertise, right? Because I don't believe I can learn that, or I don't believe I can learn that. But if you believe that you can learn it, because I can learn anything, and yes, all of us have the capacity to learn anything and everything. It goes back to Ephesians. I can do all things. Never say some. And you see, that comes back to belief. Because I believe in the word. And so because I believe in the word, hey, I believe that. And people believe in the word, but they don't believe that particular statement that is very clear, right? Because even Christians don't believe that they can do anything. No, but it's through Christ. So I myself can't do everything, can't do anything, but through Christ who strengthens me and who strengthens you, then you can learn, right? Scientists and all of that says that we have over 14 billion brain cells. All right. So you have the capacity. And even though we know that we have the capacity based on these findings that all of these well learned persons know, we don't believe that we have the capacity either. We think that we don't, right? Right? And so, therefore, we don't believe because it has to do with belief. So, the decision circle, right? Or cycle, the decision cycle. Your belief brings about thought. From emotions, you act. And of course, you get results, whether good results, bad results, but these reinforce belief, right? Or don't if it is a bad result. But if it is a good result, right, it reinforces that belief. And so, even though it might be a bad result, right, your belief that you can should kick back in and say, well, let me try again. And the thought come back and the emotions get involved and you act upon it and results come and you are good to go, right? Key insight. Your results are not random. They are repeated outcome of repeated belief. Let me say that again. Your results are not random. They are repeated outcomes of repeated belief. Okay? Common limiting belief patterns. These beliefs silently control decision. These beliefs silently control decision. I'm not enough. I don't deserve. Whether you don't deserve success or you don't deserve that person, or you don't deserve that promotion, or you don't deserve whatever you don't deserve. It doesn't matter, right? This is how people limit their belief patterns by what they believe. People like me don't win. Failure is final. And that is why, unfortunately, a lot of people commit suicide. I must be perfect before I even start. No, perfection is a journey. It's not something to attain, it's a journey. So the more you do it, is the more you are perfecting the craft, is the more you are perfect. Now, if you compare yourself to Einstein, then you're doing yourself a lot of injustice. However, if you are using Einstein to help you in the perfection process, because it's a process, then you are good to go. Okay, so what is the impact? They create hesitation, fear, procrastination, and of course, missed opportunities. So stop limiting yourself. Stop limiting yourself. Empowering belief patterns. Empowering belief patterns. Transformational beliefs include, right? And this is how we are transformed. I am capable of growth. And every person on the planet is capable of growth. Every person, no matter what you think is your limitations, you can grow. I see people without legs play basketball. Yes, I see them. Okay, so stop limiting yourself. Failure is feedback. That's all it is. That's all we need to take it as. Take it as feedback. Stop taking it as who you are. Don't let failures determine who you are, because that's not who you are. It is just giving you some feedback. Don't do that. Don't do it that way. Do it another way. I create opportunities. I create opportunity. Oh, well, a person going to say, okay, let me just reverse a little. Failures, right? A person is going to say, oh, I study all night, and I still didn't pass the test. Well, that may be your problem. Don't study all night. Continuously study throughout that process of learning that particular subject. Don't wait until the last night to study, because your brain can only hold so much at a time. Okay, yes, there are some people who have, I should say, who have photoscopic memories, and those are good. All right, good for them. Right, but the rest of us, let us study systematically. Don't wait until the last night to study. All right, good. I create opportunities. Right. Remember, we are doing now the empowering belief pattern. I create opportunities. I can learn and adapt. My past does not define my future. Beautiful. How better can you get? Right? Um, Definitely. How better can you get? Right? And that is it. Right? Thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner. Hello to you. And yes, belief shapes our decision and choices. Thank you, Queen Jacqueline Warner. Right? I can learn and adapt. My past does not define my future. Right? Believe that. Believe that. Whatever happened yesterday does not define who you are today and who you can become tomorrow. These beliefs lead to confidence, action, and of course, resilience. Okay? Hidden belief, subconscious influence. Let us look at the subconscious influence. Most belief patterns operate below awareness, right? Signs of hidden belief, repeated negative outcome, self sabotage. We call it shooting yourself in the foot. Fear without clear reason. Remember that fear is just a metaphor. Fear is just a metaphor of what you think is happening, right? Because as we know, it is false evidence appear real. That's fear, right? So don't have fear, and especially without clear reason, right? And then you confront those fears. That's the only way you're going to overcome is to confront, right? Comfort in staying stuck. Comfort in staying stuck. So the truth is, if you don't choose your belief consciously, they will control you unconsciously. Hey, let me say that again. If you don't choose your belief consciously, they will control you unconsciously, right? So figure out what your belief is, what your belief system is, what and who do you believe in? Where belief come from? Your belief system is shaped by family environment, what you were told repeatedly, of course, because repetition deepens impression. Experiences, yes, even though your family might be telling you, don't jump into the pool because you might drown, especially since you don't know how to swim as yet, because you might be 5 or 4, right? But you jump in and you experience the drowning. Fortunately, someone came and rescue you, right? So, but you have that experience, okay? And now, um, especially with emotional ones, and listen, drowning, you cannot get much more emotional than that. All right. So, society and culture, right? Norms and expectations. How does society expect you to behave? And how does culture expect you to behave? Right? Authority figures like teachers, leaders, and mentors, right? And of course, older persons when you are very, very, very young. All these things and persons shape our belief, all right? Until we are old enough to know exactly what we want for ourselves. And sometimes that is a little bit hard to grasp. Why? Because what your teacher or leaders or mentors said, what you were told when you were growing by family members, etc., is so much embedded and ingrained that sometimes it's a little hard. Identifying your belief pattern. Ask yourself, What do I believe about myself? What do I believe about success? What do I believe about failure? What decisions do I avoid and why? Those are some questions you need to ask yourself. If you have to write them on paper, do that. So, exercise. Write down a recent decision you struggled with and identify the belief behind it. Right? Write it down. Okay. How beliefs limit decision making? Limiting beliefs create fear of risk, cause overthinking, lead to indecisions, keep you in your comfort zone. So, example, belief, I might fail. Decision, I won't try. Okay? Reprogramming your belief to change your decision, right? To change your decision, you must change your belief. To change your decision, you must change your belief. So, let us look at some steps quickly. Awareness. Identify the belief, challenge, question its truth, replace, create a new empowering belief, reinforce, repeat and act on it. Repeat and act on it. Right? The power of repetition. As you know, repetition deepens impression. So the more you continue with the bad belief system and you keep repeating the same thing, then you're going to be stuck. Just like how the more you change that belief system and continue doing positive actions repetitiously, then of course, change them, right? Speak new belief daily. Visualize new outcomes. Take aligned actions, right? Those are the steps. So, key principle, what you repeat, you reinforce. What you repeat, you reinforce. Faith versus fear in decision making. Every decision is influenced by one of two forces: fear, based on belief, hesitation, doubt; faith, based on belief, action, courage. Which one of these is driving your decision? Very potent question that you need to ask yourself daily. So, practical application, start right now. Start today. Replace I can't with I am learning how. Let me say that again. Replace I can't with I am learning how. Because remember, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's a promise. Take one action despite fear. Take one action despite fear. Surround yourself with empowering voices. Leave the negative voices alone. Those negative voices don't want to try. So they don't want you to try to be successful. So leave them alone. Track decisions and the belief behind them. Track decisions and the belief behind them. Transformation principle. Change your belief, change your thinking. Change your thinking, change your decision. Change your decision, change your life. So, Your life is not just a result of what happened to you. Your life is a result of what you believe about what happened to you. Let me say that again. Your life is not just a result of what happened to you. It is a result of what you believe about what happened to you. Final. If you want better decisions, build better belief. If you want better decision, build better beliefs. If you want better decisions, build better beliefs. If you want better decision, build better beliefs. I thank you all very much. Really appreciate, and thank you very much for the indulging of this presentation. I hope it will help you to change for a more positive, a more optimistic life that you have left. Forget about yesterday. Yesterday has gone. Today is the tomorrow that you thought about yesterday. So live today. Live today. I thank you. I thank you. All right.
Awesome.
Awesome, awesome sauce. Oh, it seems as if I left off the hand again. Okay. All right. Yes, wonderful. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments? All right. Queen Jacqueline Warner,
I have to.
naturopathic doctor.
I just have to say, amazing, amazing, Dr. Derek, as usual. Yep, because our beliefs plays a major role in our lives and in the decisions we make and everything in all aspects. And and you brought those things to our attention, which sometimes we pay no attention to. It goes unnoticed. We just go ahead and just make decisions. I remember when I would go on job interviews and I will see a lot of people there and I will say, I should just turn away. I shouldn't even bother to go again because there's too much. I won't even get the job. And that's a example of limiting beliefs right there.
Mm,
It's almost like saying I didn't believe in myself. I didn't trust myself to take the opportunity to go to the interview. But I will what I did, I pushed myself anyway. I didn't let that stop me. But it's a thought. It do come in our head, because we're human and we think of that first. Oh my gosh, but like Dr. Derek says, we have to build better beliefs so we can be successful and make better choices. Not only be successful, but make better choices and decisions as we go through our journey of life.
mm.
So thank you so much. We appreciate those bringing those information because it's so important to each and every one of us. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much, Queen naturopathic doctor Jacqueline Warner.
Thank you, Dr. Day.
Wonderful, wonderful. You see, maybe because I have never had disappointments in going on job interviews because I've never been on a job interview. Back in the day when we used to do job, okay, I have never ever went on a
Wow.
job interview,
Wow.
right? They called me for the military. Um, when a good friend of mine heard that I was leaving the military after 12 years of service.
Wow.
She thought that I was in desperation. I don't know what give her that. I don't know what give her that thought. But I got a phone call from the um, fire department. I got a phone call from the fire department
Oh my God.
asking me to come to see assistant director
Wow.
so and so. Don't remember his name, right? And so I mean I had big question mark over my face. Didn't have a clue. Didn't have a clue, right? And anyway, I went down there very hesitantly to the fire department, and it so happens that they were offering me
Oh, look
a
at that.
position.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what?
Without an interview.
No interview, no application, no nothing. You're talking about interview, no nothing.
Get ready.
I didn't apply for no job, much less.
Wow.
When I was hot out of school, right? And before I went to the military, my brother, unbeknownst of me, had a good friend that had a business, right? And wanted someone to help
Manning.
him
Mhm.
to establish
Oh.
his he had a construction, one of the
Wow.
largest construction company in my little country there,
Wow.
right? Big company, almost like what do you call it now? What is company name again? Matalan. For those who know Matalan, Matalan will be the biggest construction company there. But this man, his company was Runham and Associates. And when I got a phone call from the clerk, my brother never even tell me, because he never even tell me, never even give me a heads up. Hot out of high school, well,
Wow.
technical high school, because I didn't go to the traditional high school. So he told me, they said call me and say I'm to come to whatever avenue in Kingston to come on an interview. I said, interview? They said yes, interview. Didn't write application, didn't nothing.
Wow.
And I went and I worked there for about a year, and and then I get called for the military,
Okay.
and so on and so on and so on. Right? So I have never submit applications for jobs.
Wow.
I just didn't have that failure of going on job interview and them give you an answer story and tell you say them going to call you back and no. No, I never had that. Really, believe me, never have that. Okay, so all of those
Fears.
negative connotations that come to people, most of them I didn't have.
Awesome.
So I kind of was grown as a optimistical person, straight from the, even though I was a introvert. I was an introvert, right? However, I just never had that because I always know who I am.
Yep.
No, I mean, people try to bully me, but because when you go to first form, when you just start go to high school,
You ready?
right? They would bully you, call you grub and all of that. Um, but because I never had a nickname when I was a little boy. None of us ever had nickname. My mother, whatever our mother name us, that is what she call us. She never give us any nickname. What she name us and what is on the birth certificate, that is what she call us. And so that is what every person call us. Our cousins, our auntie, our uncle, our grandparents call us by our right name. And so when I go to high school and people calling me nickname, especially grub, because that's what they call first year students, I don't respond to it because that's not my name. Straight, not my name. So I just always know who I am. Always in
Awesome.
life. Always. And so therefore, there are people who not sure who they are, and they end up doing all sort and saying all sort of things that is not healthy for them, right?
True that.
I have never and will never hit myself in a fist fight. So I don't see why I should hit myself with words. And so you try to help people in that respect who, think that by saying, I am not good enough, or I can't do this, or why you're shooting yourself in the foot, why you're hitting yourself, and you would not do that in a fist fight. Why doing that now?
Yep.
You're an adult, but there are some scars in life that, oh my Lord,
Traumas.
ah, you have to now retrain the mind,
Yeah.
retrain the mind to take up a different belief system, because that belief system that your mother or your father or your step or your grand or your whoever, your teacher, your whoever, your coach, impress on your mind, so that you believe that about yourself, that even that you are an adult, you are still believing that of yourself. Then it's not a good place to be. Not a good place to be. And yeah.
Sometimes, Dr. Derek, some of those scars and traumas come from parents.
Yes.
They say the ugliest things to their children. They wish them they
Yes.
were dead.
Yes.
That you will not be nothing, and so forth. And sometimes that mind is so weak, and they have to a lot to fight through before they regain the rightful mindset to actually know their self and their worth.
Mm-hmm. That they are worth something.
Yeah, they are
Yes.
worthy. Yeah.
Yes. That is correct. Right. So that is one of my goal, to just help persons to have a deep dive in their mindset, because only as you come to realize that your belief can change, it's not stuck in stone, it's not written on stone, it is not embedded, it can be changed. But you have to believe that first. That's all. You have to believe that first. All right. So that is it, basically. We just hope that people recognize that they are a product of a loving God. That's it. If you realize and you recognize that you are a product of a loving God who created all of us in love, because he is love. Love was not created. Love was given in his image to all of us. So let us dig deep. Let us do a deep dive and bring out that image of love, first for yourself and then to others. That's it. All right. Okay, thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline, naturopathic Dr. Warner. Really
Thank you
appreciate,
too.
really
We
appreciate. All
appreciate
right.
you too.
King Carlton in the house.
Yes,
All right.
indeed.
Yes, yes. And Queen Joan and Queen
Yes,
Nancy
crucial.
and Queen Dr.
Amen.
Nadu, just for you. All right. So,
And Nancy.
thank you all very much. As I said, unfortunately, it will be a very short meeting. King Tim had a family emergency, and just
Well,
not too long I knew of it. So didn't have much time to prepare anything or do anything else apart from just what I did. So I do hope and trust that you all learn something and that will help you in your journey
amen.
today. So you all have the power. Don't think that you don't have any power. You have power to rewrite your belief.
Amen.
Let me say that again. You have the power to rewrite your belief. You have the power to redirect your decisions. You have the power to redirect your future. The question is, what will you choose to believe starting today? What will you choose to believe starting today? Starting right now. What will you choose to believe? I hope that you will choose to be an optimistical, positive person going forward. I thank you all very much, and I really hope and trust that the few words will help you. It has helped me, right? But each person's journey is different. So, and just to let you know that my wife does counseling. So if it takes a little counseling or a big counseling or heavy duty counseling, she is available. Um, her information is also in the this description in the YouTube channels, and it's also on the flyer. So if you need all of that to help you, then we have that to give. All right. So we're not just leaving you out there. Okay. Thank you all very much, especially those on YouTube. We will be closing down the YouTube very shortly because, as I said, King Tim was unavoidably family issues and he had to attend. So thank you all very much for being here. Remember, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we do have one global movement with the Yvonne duo, that is Queen Dr. Yvonne and Queen Yvonne Finn. on Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. We have O Passion, Singapore and Malaysia. And on Sundays at 12:45 p.m., you have Dream Team. And at Mondays at 7 p.m., it's Mindset Monday. And of course, Tuesday and Thursday in the 7 p.m., it's Deep Dive, Globally Changing Lives. So we do thank you very much. Really appreciate you being here. And have a good rest of the week until we meet again on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, right here on Deep Dive, Globally Changing Lives. For those on YouTube, you have a good, very good evening. Because as you know, for a few minutes, we will be having our after party. So take care. Okay, Queen Nancy says, thank you for sharing because you feel down. You really need to listen to these words. I appreciate you. God bless you. God bless you too, Queen Nancy. And most definitely, as I said, anyone that needs professional help, um, myself and my wife does counseling, whether marriage counseling, um, you know, life counseling, whichever one, whatever it is that you might need help in, we do help in these areas. Thank you all very much. And you, especially those on YouTube, have a blessed and wonderful rest of the week. Take best care.